Hi guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Zita and I'm a boudoir and intimate portrait photographer. You're about to watch the second part from the behind the scenes from a photo shoot with Angelica. If you haven't seen the first one, the link will be up here. Please start there. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and I hope you enjoy the content. Now, let's hop into bed with Angelica. So here we go with the second part of the photo shoot, where we are going to move to the bed. As I had mentioned before, the light on the day of the photo shoot wasn't ideal. I didn't expect the sunshine the way it did. It peeked even through the curtains, and I was struggling a little bit here. And you will see me pulling those curtains back and forth. But it was what it was, and I had to work with it. Angelica is still wrapped in the white sheet and I got her into a basic pose lying on her back, and since my bed is quite high up and I don't have much space around, I went to grab a chair to be able to take photos from above. I know that I said in the video with tips for boudoir on a budget that I would throw a sheet on the ground and take photos there. However, if I have the option of shooting on the bed, I will. I will only use the sheet on the floor if there is no other way, or if the client is not comfortable with me actually walking on their bed. As we're about to start, we get a visit from my supervisor, who is helping me keeping Angelica at ease. Okay, bye Circe. Thanks for your help. So I get on the chair and over Angelica, and I change my position to the side of the bed, and I'm asking Angelica to play with her hair, and that way I'm keeping her hands and mind busy and the movements natural. I move around and get a couple of different angles, and in case you'd like to know, I am switching between 35 and 50mm lenses. When I check the metadata after the selection of the photos, I have literally taken half of the photos with one lens and the other half with the other one. This here is the only pose where I will actually take someone's head in my hands and direct it the way I want to. Because when a model is lying on their back and see me upside down, it's very difficult to navigate the movements and know what's left and right and up and down. It is much easier for you as the photographer. Simply place the head where it needs to be. After that, we flipped Angelica to her stomach and I adjusted the curtain because there were some sunny spots on her legs. Here I am simply making small adjustments to where I take the photos from, and I ask Angelica for different facial expressions, which is a great way to create variety. Creating series like this is especially useful when you're creating an album for a client. Here I ask Angelica to lie down on her arm, and as you can see, I always try to demonstrate as well. I also adjust the light right away, which is the advantage of working with natural light, since you immediately see how it affects your subject and what the photos will look like. Apparently I had more ideas on taking photos lying on the back, but even then this is just a slight variation of the first pose, and you can see me running around trying to get the best angle. I don't know, there's something with these lying down photos that makes us women look good. I think it's the gravity that gives us sort of a natural facelift or something. At this point I was happy with the white sheet scenario, and I asked Angelica to get changed into the last outfit, which was the dark underwear that she brought with her. And as you can see, I'm not even using a wide variety of new poses, but since we changed the outfit and this time I'm taking photos into the light, they do look different than the white sheet ones. Here you will see me change the perspective a lot. I'm exploring different angles and different compositions, and that's how I'm creating variety. We are really making only slight changes to the original pose, where I ask Angelica for a certain movement or facial expression. There are many different ways to create variety in the photos, and we will talk about those in the future videos. But if you're just a beginner in boudoir photography, the easiest is to have a series of poses that you know always work for you, that you can repeat, and where you create variety by moving around your subject, changing angles, and zooming in and out. Next, I ask Angelica to lie down on her back again at a slight angle, and I was photographing into the backlight. In case you're interested in my gear, I'm using Canon EOS R, and ever since I got the camera, I don't really look into the viewfinder anymore. I use live view on the LCD screen at the back of the camera. Here I asked Angelica for a subtle movement with her hand, because that sometimes looks more natural than trying to keep a stiff pose for an extended period of time. You can also use props, or in this case underwear, to keep the hands busy and in natural position. I hadn't really planned this last part here, I just thought we could experiment a little bit, taking some photos standing up by the window again, and this time we're standing in the opposite direction than at the beginning of the photo shoot. I wanted to try some freestyling and see what would come out of it. It's always good to allow yourself to experiment and allow yourself to fail, because sometimes you actually happen to get good photos and do something new that you can replicate again in the future. Here I grabbed a prism for a little bit just to see what would happen. I don't really use it very often because otherwise all the photos would end up looking the same, but here and there it's fine. Here we'll proceed on taking photos in direct sunlight, and I know that many photographers try and avoid the harsh shadows, which is understandable, but sometimes it can be interesting to try out something new, and I'm really happy with some of the photos that we got out of this experiment. So there, you have seen me take photos in a very limited space, with some very limited resources, and with the light that wasn't really on my side sometimes. I hope you enjoyed this part of the shoot. I definitely want to do more of the behind the scenes videos in the future. So if there's any particular setup or theme that you would like to see me do, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to give Angelica a thumbs up for being my hero for the day, and also to our makeup artist Jennifer Baum. Next week I will be talking about retouching, so subscribe if you're interested in that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.